let's take our first mailbag question of the night right here.
Let's do it.
First question is from Gilstar. He asked, hey guys, my offense seems to come to a halt in the red zone. How can I score touchdowns rather than always settling for field goals?
I like that question. I think a lot of people do struggle in the red zone. Why? Well, there's less field to work with. So typically, right now I have, on the PlayStation here, I have Tom Brady in the New England Patriots offense.
Which is ironic because the Pats' defense is a bend but don't break style.
And they also are 1-0, and the New York Giants are 0-1.
That happened also.
So, and didn't the Patriots not look like one of the best teams in the league? They did.
The game was blacked out in my area.
Yeah. So, anyway, back to the red zone tip. A play I love, and we've talked about it plenty of times before. I want to show you what it actually looks like. It's from a gun-empty formation, and the play is called spacing. I'm going to show you what this is here. 5 wide receiver Patriot, and the play here is spacing. Farls, if you could go over, you were, I think, in the 4-3 formation there. Just like give me a cover 3.
So, you'll see a lot of guys will tend to play more zone coverage in the red zone and drop some players back.
So first we're going to show you what it looks like as cover 3. So this is, we talk about this all the time in this play. It's great in the red zone because it's a horizontal passing attack. It attacks your opponent across the width of the field rather than vertically down the field. In the red zone, you don't want to attack vertically. You want to try and get crossing patterns and attack the width of the field. So in this situation, we have 5 little baby curls. I like to call them little baby curls. So what you're going to see here, Farl, show me your defense.
So you see here,
there's one flat zone on the left, one flat zone on the right, and then there's 2 yellow, 2 hook zones. That means there's 4 defenders in the short part of the field. Mathematically, they can't defend this unless they make a user play, drop a guy in coverage, do something kind of crazy. So here we go. Snap the ball, throw to our square receiver, and here you go. Julian Edelman is now into the touchdown in the red zone. Pretty phenomenal. So next up here, Falls, if you go to a cover 2.
Yep, absolutely.
So here's the cover 2.
Gibbs, we're going to have you change up your mic to channel 6, and we will get this thing rocking hard. I like that against cover 2. So what Gibbs was saying was, against cover 3, less guys over the middle, but with cover 2, this is what you're going to see, because cover 2, the big weakness is that people can go 4 verticals and really attack you downfield. But as you see and know, the sideline is always an extra defender. So you don't have to worry about deep route potentially beating you deep over the middle. So what I was saying was cover 2, you're going to have plenty of guys over the middle and also being able to use the pass lead to hit guys in certain positions. Even if they're covered, it's about throwing to a certain shoulder. I mean, there are tight ends in this league that can block out the sun. Martellus Bennett is huge. Brandon Pettigrew, Rob Gronkowski, Jimmy Graham. The size of these guys can catch it on any side of their body.
Hopefully I'm back here at National Live Internet. Hopefully you'll see here, again, showing that spacing concept. Great way to attack in the red zone. I'll show you that again here. You just make the read. Find the open guy. That was terrible. I was delayed on that. But you got to find the open guy. If you go in the instant replay there, you'll be able to see exactly what I mean. The defenders mathematically cannot cover all our underneath options. So snap of the ball, we have our all 22 cam. Notice Farls, both outside receivers, there's no one on them. I have to be a little quicker there on that throw to the right. But
yep.
That's why spacing is great. It's a play that you're going to be able to have a lot of success with inside the red zone.
And I'd like to share a little more tips on the red zone. Now, this is just something that I've noticed here. Guys will go empty. I kind of like to keep the halfback in the backfield. So one tip is, as you can see, I'm going to put Rob Gronkowski and Aaron Hernandez on fades. If I put them on fades outside the 10-yard line, look at those fades right there. Great for beating man-to-man, but those aren't the fades we've come to know and love over the years.
No.
There is a fade. If the ball is spotted inside the 10-yard line, the hot route actually changes from a fade that goes deep downfield to more of an end zone style lob. I'll put some guys on it out here. As you can see, Gronk and Hernandez now are running a completely different style fade. And Julian Edelman out on that outside. You've seen Calvin Johnson. I saw Calvin Johnson double covered from the 1-yard line.
Jimmy Graham the other day.
Absolutely. So you don't necessarily want to do it to Edelman, but if you switch out Gronk and put him out there, you're going to get a slower type of fade where you can now either lob the ball, let the computer go up. They'll make a play. It was a little more effective last year, but it's still pretty good this year. And there's a lot to like from that. You can also throw a little bit more of a bullet pass this year. You really got to get in practice mode and try it out. But it's pretty solid. The other thing I'll do is, if somebody's trying to pressure me in the red zone, guys, Gibbs, send your player covering, or say you have nobody covering the halfback, right?
Like here, okay.
Guys get sloppy all the time. I can't stress this enough.
Or what you'll see a lot is they'll usually the guy covering the halfback, and then they cheat and they make bad moves, right?
Yep, and it's your job to really pay. So just by streaking the halfback and having him come out of the backfield, throwing to either side of his body, depending on where the defender is, just a quick bullet throw. I can't tell you how many times, you leave him on an angle route, it kind of takes too long.
It does.
But if you get him straight on a streak, here we throw it to his right outside shoulder, able to click on and make the play. Just by putting him at a different angle or maybe even just motioning him, you're going to cause a lot of stress on the defense. Here we'll actually try Lloyd maybe on the outside of one of those fades we talked about. And like I said, it's a little more hit and miss. Here I actually lobbed it, and he went up and got it.
So it hit or miss with those guys, though. You know what I mean?
But notice that that's more of a bullet pass, and you don't want to do it if they're double covered. That's definitely how the NFL is played, and we saw that last week. But note, it used to be a lob last season. Check out more of a bullet throw this year. And
that's a pretty sweet catch.
Brandon Lloyd has some great spec. There's 430 new animations in this year's game.
98 spec catches.
He's going to go up and get it. So some things you can do.
Another tip, I would say in the red zone, definitely look for halfback draws. Look for draws. Those are pretty effective because you're going to see a lot of people play a lot of coverage defense. So what I mean by that is coverage defense, you see guys do this. You faced it. You've seen it. They drop everybody back in coverage.
And this is going to be more of an off tackle than a true draw, but
that's the same idea.
But there's plenty of wiggle running. You can just get, really, it's going to be, that guy's probably going to be user in that middle, as we talked about. And all you've got to really do is make a little cut, and you're in.
I think overall, to help everyone attack in the red zone, really stress the importance of attacking the width of the field rather than vertically, right? When we're playing throughout the entire game, a lot of times, we always love streak routes. We love downfield patterns. You don't need those in the red zone. You have a small amount of field to work with. You need to attack the larger part of the field, which is the width of the field. So just have that mindset. Think about that. So if you come up, call a play, and you have a streak out there to a guy, consider dropping into a curl route, to an out route, just a drag. Think horizontally in the red zone.
Let's take a look at our next mailbag question here. And we should have some plenty of great ones tonight. If you have a mailbag question, don't forget to visit MaddenTips.com. Enter it there in the comment section. Ask it in the chat. Hit us up on Twitter, @MaddenBible, @SGibs.